7.5 years ago, I was sitting in the backseat of this car. I lost my job. The company I was working for bankrupt. I lost my savings because I invested in my own company, which was a clothing brand, which I couldn't refinance with the job I had. So I lost my savings. I literally lost everything I owned back then. I was living in this car for a couple of weeks because of my decisions. I failed. I lost everything because of my poor decisions. This is called extreme ownership, being responsible for what you do. So I'm sitting there having a mental breakdown, and I get scared. I get scared of what will happen with me now. Where will I be in 5 to 10 years? If things go so bad, you lose faith, not in just in yourself, but in the system, in everyone you know. And then you have people in your inner circle telling you, Patrik, you failed. You're a loser. Even people in your inner circle telling you this is heartbreaking. And it's not encouraging. Back then, I survived by taking showers in the gym, sometimes sleeping over there, because I had the key to get in. I gave private classes in the morning until the evening. I was working in the club, some sort of mix as a bouncer and barkeeper, sometimes both, sometimes one. This was my life for a couple of months. And I tell you, it's not a nice life. Being poor is not a choice, but it comes with a lot of trouble. I used to fight MMA, and losing and winning is very close to each other. So this is the same fight, even the same round, and the same minute. On the left, it's me being in a dominant position and almost winning. Everything looks like I'm gonna win. 45 seconds later, things have changed a little bit. Situation got a little bit tricky. And again, you get scared. What do? How do I survive? You end up knocked down in front of 5,000 people in a big arena. How do you handle this pain inside your heart? You get scared again. So, being in these situations makes fear some sort of permanent. You feel fear when you wake up. You get scared of how you're gonna survive this day. How much money will you have at the end of the month on your bank account? And you don't know what to do. So then you think about all the decisions you have made. And you come up to the conclusion, Patrik, as I said before, it's your own fault. You end up there and ask yourself, okay, how can I change this? How can I be not just more positive, but put my mindset into a direction which doesn't matter what I do, I will be winning. If I don't win, I learn. I learned from this fight, which was my last one, by the way, after 10 years of MMA. I learned the most out of it because I learned that I maybe should stop doing MMA because I wasn't good enough anymore. I was too old. I was not strong enough. This opponent is now fighting in the UFC. Those of you who know what the UFC is, he's fighting over there in the biggest MMA league, and he's doing very well. Now the question comes back to me, would I have been there in the UFC too if I would have won? I don't know, I will never find out. And it doesn't matter because I'm here now. And to be honest, I prefer a little bit more because fighting is a little bit tough. So, having fear, breathing at your neck all the time when you go into a fight or having a tough time, isn't that nice. But it's something necessary. Fear is an emotion, and as every other emotion, we can control it. So how do we control fear? You have to get used to the fact that it is uncomfortable And I'm not talking about comfort zone and everything, because we've heard that tonight. But being uncomfortable means that you face fear. You look yourself into the mirror, deep down into the eyes, until you reach your soul. And then you realize who you are and what you can. But more importantly, who you are not and what you can not. And this sort of self-reflection can be very painful, because you might be not that very cool guy who everyone thought you are. Because media is telling you, or social media is telling you, that you have to look this way, or you have to act that way, and you have to know these celebrities and the others. And then you make fear a friend, not an enemy anymore. And it doesn't matter whether you are in London losing against a top featherweight, and he beat not the shit out of me, actually. I lost by points, but it was more painful because I could have won. My state of mind in this fight, because I took the fight on 2 weeks short notice, was to survive, not to win. And this is something which I have to accept in a very hard way. Fighting to survive is not a goal. That's nothing. If you fight, you win. If you do something, do it right, otherwise let it be. There is no time to waste on this life. We have only one life, so we need to live it at fullest. Nobody cares that I broke his nose in the first minute. You can watch the fight online, actually. But it doesn't matter. He cut my eye over here, and he won by points. So when you have these situations and you have fear all the time following you, you get used to it. It gets into your comfort zone. So fear is a friend and not an enemy anymore. And then you meet guys like this. Starting from left, it's my best friend Michael. The guy in the middle, who knows this guy? This was shot back in 2013. By his watch, you can tell that he wasn't very famous back then. Now he's wearing watches which are like 10,000 times more expensive. Okay, he has lost his mind a little bit, but never mind. But he was living in Dublin with his girlfriend for several years from welfare, social welfare. He got 600 euro a month and was living there pursuing his dream. And I believe that he got scared a lot of time, not being able to pay his bills. The debt collectors were knocking on his door once a week. And now he made last year top 10 Forbes sportsman. I mean, this is an achievement, because he believed so much in himself that fear couldn't stand in his way. And this is how we have to act. Everyone gets scared. Even now, when I got in, my heart was beating faster, my blood was rushing into my veins. My mouth is getting a little bit dry. I see the water over here and I would like to grab it, but let's wait for that. Yes, see. No, don't do that. But it doesn't matter. I have to get over this. I have to make fear a friend, to accept this emotion as something which is here to help me. It's not here to block me. And once we unfollow this fact of having fear as a threat or as an enemy, and we make friends with our deepest demons, we can achieve anything we want. We can thrive. And this is how I see fear. Fear as an enemy who is deep inside of every one of us, and fear as a friend, which looks a little bit more friendly. Being a loser is not easy, and it's no fun. I wouldn't go back there. But what I experienced and what others have experienced have made us who we are today. So start to unfollow people who are keeping you backwards, who are keeping you there where you are and telling you you're not good enough, or you are a loser, or you should do it this way or that way, even they have never achieved something in their life. Stop listening to them. Listen to people who encourage you, who just want to see the best version of you every day. Listen to them, unfollow the others. Today, I'm running 3 companies in 2 countries with over 25 employees. I go back to the car situation and would have told somebody that I will be having a TEDx speech, they would maybe have laughed at me. And I would have laughed at me too, because it wouldn't have been possible. But if you work hard and work smart and unfollow the fear, then you can achieve everything you want. Thank you very much.